If you want to see how I applied all these products today, then get ready with me. Good morning. I thought I would do another get ready with me today. Now I'm ready. I am going to be using the Naked series again. And I'm going to be using the Shapeshifter again, focus on cream products. I'm going to be using the Naked 3. And I'm going to be, I think, incorporating a kind of pop of color with the Semi-Precious. So let's get going. Put all this stuff down. Before I forget, if you like Get Ready With Me, can you just hit the like button, because I want to know if folks are enjoying this series or whether I should skip them for a while. That would be great. I'm trying some old favorites today, and I'm also trying a few products or products that I'm wondering whether they are on the chopping block. And one of the new products based on my Battle of the Brands, the Brow Edition, is going to be some products from Morphe. So stay tuned for that. It will show up. Last Get Ready With Me, I did fast forward through the brows, and I'll see if I can do less of that because I think you might want to see the makeup application. Given that Morphe is a relatively new, Morphe brow products, I believe the kits are relatively new. But let's start with the face. I have already put my Drunk Elephant on. I don't have it here right now. It's the C-Firma and the B-Hydra, and I'm about to put my primer, and I will be putting D-Bronzi, which is another Drunk Elephant product, but I will be incorporating that with my BB cream. I was doing a mix of the D-Bronzi with my moisturizer, but I think I'm skipping and moving over to putting it in my BB cream or foundation because I want a little bit more of the bronzing effect to show, and when I cover up my moisturizer, I don't see it anymore. So yeah, long story. All right, so I'm putting just a small pump of this guy. This is a product that is on the chopping block. It is the Joe Fresh Illuminating Primer. I have a declutter coming up, so I will tell you at that point if it is a product that I am decluttering, and I've already seen that it's a little bit dry. I think that there was some stuff, I'm going to put a little extra pump, there was some dry stuff in the pump. Obviously it's been a number of weeks since I've used it. I did not pick it up since the focus on Joe Fresh. I have picked up some other products during that focus, but not this illuminating primer. But I think that and I said it in the video, I think I used too much that day, and this is looking not so bad. I think I'm going to put some as well in my T-zone because it's acting better than I thought it would. I did not have high hopes for this, I have to admit, but I'm liking it more than I did. So I think, yeah, I think it was user error last time. I think I used too much. This is not looking so bad this morning, so all right, I'm up for this. What I'll be using is the Revlon BB cream, and I said I was going to use it along with the D-Bronzi. So let's do that right now. So this is my little D-Bronzi sample, and is a bronzer cream with some apparently skin benefit effects. So I'm going to mix that all up and apply it to my skin, and hopefully I haven't made it too dark. Oh no. This is okay. A little too close to the hairline though, Hélène. I keep doing that. I keep putting my BB cream really close to my hairline, and then I have to try to go and fetch it after, and it looks kind of funny. Funny stuff going around on my upper lip these days. I don't know why. It's like dry or weird, or I probably, truth be told, I probably just have to wax that spot right there. It'll probably behave better as soon as I do that. But I've just noticed when I put lipstick on, it looks sort of dry or something's going on. I'm not sure, but yeah, I've got some funky stuff going on. You just grab a towel. Now you know where I keep my towels, right up here. At least it's easy to catch them. Just need to get some of the BB cream out of my hair here. And dry patch there too. What the heck's going on? I hope it's not the primer that's doing funky things. Right here too. Oh, all right. I think I'm just gonna take one quick look here. I think we're okay. All right. I'm going to wash my hands and be right back. It is so convenient to have a sink in my beauty room, which my beauty room is also my bathroom. And if you haven't had a chance to see that, I will link up my beauty room tour that I did some time ago if you want to kind of see what my setup is. All right, so we have that on. I'm going to put, oh, forgot to put the Dr. Brandt No More Bags. I think I forget now every second day. It used to be I'd forget for a week at a time, so I'm getting better. But I'm using the Boiing Industrial No. 2 Concealer. Oh, and I said I was going to use the cream products from the Shapeshifter. So you see, I'm already going and doing something different. So I'm going to finish up my nose, and then I'm going to use the Naked Shapeshifter for around my eyes. I actually think the Shapeshifter is not a bad product at all. I was not, like I said, it was okay in my contour video, and it was going over all of my contour palettes and identifying my top recommendations. And I have grown fonder even of the Naked Shapeshifter. If you're not curious or you don't really know that much about it, this is it. It has a powder side and a cream side. It's neat. So I'm going to be on the cream side right now and doing some color correction. So I'm going to use the peach under my eye to do the same thing as what the Benefit would have done for me. I just pat. I try not to tug at my eye, just pat. Okay, and then the other side. I think I'm getting better at not ducking under the camera now. If you're wondering what happened to my finger, it was just a weird catch while I was training folks in the gym yesterday. And not fun. Not fun. I have been a klutz the last week, actually. I dropped a plate on my foot. I got my other finger with the vacuum cleaner. I think I'm a little preoccupied. And it's causing bodily harm. And then I have another bruise on my thigh. I couldn't tell you how I got it at all. No idea. And I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to... No, I think I'm going to wait. What am I going to do? I think I'm going to use my new blush because we are using kind of... I'm just going to shake it a little bit. Since we're using cream products, I think I'm going to put blush on. And this is the NARS Dolce Vita. So you're getting a first impressions too, because I haven't used this one yet. I think I'm going to grab a brush to help me with this, so hang on. Okay, this is a cream product blush. Usually I use it for contour. I haven't had, like I use cream blushes, but never quite so liquidy, so I think this is going to help me put it where I need it. Pretty nice. put it a little bit up high, but I think it's blending out quite nicely. I like it. I like it. I can't believe I haven't used it so far, but I am going to do a focus on NARS pretty soon, so that it will make a reappearance. And then in the Naked Skin, I also have contour. And I could have done that first, but I didn't. So a little bit on each side. Not going crazy on contour yet because it's not that far into the fall, and I tend to keep it for wintertime more so. Otherwise, I think it looks kind of funny, and I don't contour my forehead. I simply bronze it. So I guess I'm bronzing with contour, possibly, I guess. So if you're wondering where I contour, I go really from right here down the natural hollow of my cheek. Like I said, I don't want to put too much. I mean, you could almost think that I've brushed most of it away, but it needs a bit more on that side. But I really just don't want to overdo it. Just, it's progressive. So as the season changes, my contour changes. What can I say? All right, I'm happy with that. I already have a little bit of a hollow in the cheeks, so I don't want to go too aggressively either. Even when I am doing full contour, I don't go too crazy. Okay, now I am not going to use the Naked Shapeshifter for my bronzer because I feel like using the Jean-Michel Basquiat bronzer in Jawbone. This guy right here. So let's do that. I'm going to use my trusty Quo brush. And I didn't tell you what the other brush was. I'm sorry. It is the Multitasker Contour 55 by Sephora. So that's what this one is. I'm bad with that. Don't tell you guys what I'm using. Okay, so I've just loaded my bronzer brush. We're going to go up here. You'll see my wonderful roots. Actually, I'll apply my, once I'm done with my face makeup, I'll apply my root concealer if you want to see a little bit how that Rita Hazen product works, because it's pretty cool. It's pricey, and I could see how somebody would be reluctant to buy it, but I have purchased it so far 3 times, so I obviously like it. Like I said, though, it is expensive, and until I find an affordable replacement that I like as much, it will continue to be my product. All right, so over the blush a little bit, but this is a powder product compared to the creams, so that's just the way it is. Because you want to do all your cream stuff before you do your powders. Okay, and I always do a little bit around my nose. And using such a fluffy brush is kind of funny to do that, but too bad. Keep putting the compact on the side here, and that's not very smart. It's taking me longer to do my nose today for some reason. Now, Jawbone is a little bit like kind of cocoa mixed with orange. So I want to make sure that I don't put too much, because otherwise I'm going to look a little funny. I think this is okay. Maybe a tiny bit more. It's not hiding the blush quite as much as I thought it would. I think it's because cream blush, once it's on, it tends to stay put, and it had a chance to set, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. All right, I'm going to go back into the Naked Skin for a second because I want to get my one of the powders, the just the basic beige highlighting powder. Just want to powder some of the high points of my face. And I did not use a setting powder today. I'm just going to use a finishing powder at the end. Not because I was a master plan, to be honest, I just forgot, but it doesn't, you don't have to use a setting powder all the time, especially if you're not using a ton of product. It's not as likely to crease before you're done with your makeup, so. Okay, so I'm using the Now's the Time highlighter from the Best Yet palette. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Okay, I'm happy with that. Oh, and I might as well mention a little trick as well. Since I have the Naked, the Naked Shapeshifter, I'm going to go back into that contour color that I was just using and use a tiny brush. This is the Morphe MB26. It's a tiny brush. You can go into your contour with a tiny brush and just go under your bottom lip to give it more depth. So I just go in just with a little bit of contour. You don't want to do a lot. And then you just blend it away a little bit, and you see that my bottom lip now looks like it's got more of a shadow underneath. It's an awesome trick. I love it. On days where I really want to have a powdier look, I will go and do that. And if I do more contour, I may get a little bit more into the definition of the lower lip. But anyway, love that. I got 4 new Morphe brushes. If you want to see all of them, I'll just link that Morphe haul that I did. I really like to have a few precision brushes now. I didn't have them before, and I think they're great. Okay, so where are we at? I think I'm going to set my face before doing anything else, just so that nothing creases. And for that, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever setting powder. The Makeup Forever finishing powder is what I meant. So I have a little, just a tiny one of this. It's right here. And so I will use a brush. Okay, I'm good with that. I don't very often do that. I usually use a setting powder, and when I do right now, it's the Joe Fresh translucent setting powder. Yeah, setting powder. But today, I just wanted to use this one. I'm cutting a few corners today, I guess. Okay, getting rid of stuff that I don't need anymore, and I didn't even light underneath my eye. I had brought out my CoverGirl Advanced Radiance, but I don't need it, so I won't be using it. All right. What are we doing? I guess we're going to do eyes next. So I'm going to use today my eyeshadow primer, the Primer Potion from Urban Decay, and this is the Anti-Aging. I'm using the regular one and this one just to see kind of what the difference is. And yeah, I need a mirror, and I don't want to keep ducking in front of the camera here, so I'm going to use this. See what I'm doing, although when I'm applying that, I don't really need to have great precision because I'm about to blend it with my fingers. But all right, here it goes. And my hands are so dry this morning. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to use this Morphe highlighter stick. Does it have a color? It says Oh Brow Baby. Looks like this, and this is the size of it. I'm just going to do my brow bone first. It blends in pretty well. It shows up for me a little bit dark, but it actually blends in nicely. And I'm going to end up putting a brow eyeshadow on top, so if anything, I think it's just going to help it set as well, so that's all right. And you just need a tiny amount. To set my eye primer, I will be using the Smashbox Matte Exposure Palette and using the color Buff, and that is the color that I've been using every day because I am trying to pan this palette, and that is the color that I have chosen to pan first. I was going to pan Vanilla first, but I have decided that Buff, a smaller pan, would be a better idea. Vanilla is one of the two big ones in the middle that I showed you just a second ago when you saw the palette. All right, so using a very fluffy brush. You don't want to use a dense brush when you are setting your eyeshadow because you don't need to tug at your skin. You're just patting this stuff on. So the fluffier the brush, the better. All right, so there we go. Got that done. Oh, and the fluffy brush is a Quo crease shadow brush from Quo. Now into the, ooh, so reflective, into the Naked 3. I'm going to get rid of the Naked 3 brush for a second because it's going to fall off because this is what I'm using. And I'm going to go into, I think I'm going to do a wash of color. So I'm going to go in with, I'm going to go in with Limit, this one right here. Oh, sorry, this one. I keep wanting to do that. I keep wanting to give the finger when I'm pointing to something. So I'm just putting that as a transition. It's a very light color, so I'm being pretty liberal with it. You know what? The Urban Decay Primer Potion, the one I used, the anti-aging one, it doesn't seem to be doing anti-aging anything. It made my lids pretty dry, actually, once I put the Smashbox Matte Exposure. So I'm kind of not too keen on it. Like my skin's just all of a sudden really dry, and it shows when I'm sweeping over. I'm going to go in with a little bit darker. I'm going to go into the other matte called Nooner right here. I think I'm going to do it more on the outer V. It's still a very light color, but just want to deepen up the outer V a little bit. A little bit more. Yeah, outer V and into the crease. Okay, I'm going to go in onto the brow bone with Strange, this color right here. And I will be using the Naked 3 brush for this one, the precision brush, precision side I should say. I think I'm going to use Burnout, this one right here, which is a really, really pale shimmer. But I think I'm going to use that all over the lid. And I'm going to use, again, the Naked 3 brush, but on the fluffier side. So I'm going to start off with the brush, but I'm probably going to end up packing some of it on with my finger. That whole thing about there's a certain age for shimmer, whatever. I'm going to use whatever color I feel like using. Okay, I think I'm going to go back with the precision brush and go back into Nooner, because I'm going to put some on the lower lash line. I did wipe off the Strange that I had on before. It's not the best brush to do this, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, this is a very soft look. Like, it's not, definitely not harsh at all. I think I am ready for eyebrows. Okay, into the Morphe stuff. Now we did use the brow highlighter, which has now been covered up by Strange from the Naked 3. I'm going to be using this pencil. This is the Morphe pencil in the color Latte. It has a spoolie, and it has, of course, the pencil. This pencil is very, very fine, and I like that. And I did use it yesterday just to give it a shot, but you know, once it does not give you much of a feel, so I'm very happy to be using it with you today. I liked the precision of it, and it was a good color match for me as well, which I didn't really know until yesterday. So I always do the tail first if I can. Seems to be my thing. And then I go down to the bottom of the brow, filling with upward strokes, and find the point that I want to end, and then start filling it up upwards. I have long eyebrows, always have, and so they look unruly until I'm finished and brush them back again. And I'm okay with that because I went into a little bit of a plucking trend when I was a teenager, and I'm really, really happy I didn't keep going. Alright, just going to twist that pencil up a little bit. I was pretty conservative with how much I gave myself, but I didn't want it to break on me. These pencils are pretty affordable. I think they're about $7. I'll put the price down here if you want to know. I ended up buying the kit, I think, for $24 or something. The brow product haul was the same time as when I got the brushes. So that link to the brushes video that I put in the cards would also give you access to the to these little guys. I think the brow is at toward the end of the video. Okay. I think I'm having some good luck here, so let's take a look. Yeah, I'm almost. Brows are finicky. They're not easy to do. Okay, I think I've got one side. Let's go on the other. I find it really hard to do brows with a little mirror because I'm always, when I'm in front of the big mirror, I'm comparing the two all the time. So to make them as close to twins as possible does not always work, but I try. Okay, that's a little much on this side. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little too fake on that side, but we'll try to fix it later. So again, little strokes. I understand why so few people want to do brows on camera. They are time consuming. I think it takes even more time when you feel you get people looking at you. We feel like we need to be perfect right off the hop, you know? If I had very sparse brows, I think I would be even more apprehensive about doing them on camera, because anything that you do shows a lot more than if you have bushier eyebrows. Okay, so let me take a look in the mirror here. Doing okay. Actually, I think an artist by the name of Stephanie Lange did a really great video on sparse brows. I will link her video up here. It was really good. I mean, I was riveted, and I don't have sparse eyebrows, but I was riveted. Next, I'm going to use the Morphe brow setting gel. So it looks like this. Again, it's in the color Latte, I'm pretty sure. Or is it? Nope. It just says brow gel. Translucent. I got translucent. Okay. And it looks like this. So I don't know if they have colored brow gel or I was just a wuss, but I got translucent. Woo! Lots of staying power there. I like the fact that the brush has a short side, let's see here, a short side and a long side, because you get a lot of control, and I haven't really seen that. And I'm sure I'm just under a rock somewhere, because it's genius. Oh, sorry, I'm not helping you see, am I? I hope I didn't hide you the whole time I was doing my brows. If I did, I'm gonna kick myself when I'm editing. And if I did, I probably fast forwarded those. That would be a shame. Okay, so it's a little liquidy, but I just opened it, so I'm just gonna grab a Q-tip right away so some stuff doesn't dry clear. And I just knocked the camera. What I mean by dry clear is I don't want it to dry with a shine to it. Nor do I want my eyebrows to stick up. I saw a couple sticking up like that. Just going to use a spoolie to try to get a little bit of product off. I think I went a little bit ham here. Okay, so some of the product is drying, and it's sticking up my eyebrows a little bit too much on the center, but I think it being a brand new tube, I think I just applied too much, and I'm used to my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel that I've had open for quite a while, so I applied them the same way, and I don't think it worked all that well. And because I knocked the camera, I think I'm just going to see if I can adjust you a little bit. It just doesn't look quite right. There we go. All right, so we are done with that. And what else do we need to do here? We need to do liner, which I'm going to use the Sephora Classic Line Felt Liner. And it looks like this. It is quite generous as a size for a felt liner. And I'm going to go back into my Magnetic Tarte palette for the mirror and get that done. Now, I'm not doing a wing today. Just lining the upper lid and be done with it. It's a little dry. I haven't used it in a while. Just see if I can fix it on my hand here. Oh yeah, and lots more product now. I do find that I need to tap on my hand when I'm using this one and just end up tapping, can you see, on my hand to just make sure that the ink is flowing properly. And I noticed that I don't have to do that on all felt liners, but with this classic felt I do. But when the ink runs, I do like the precision and the mobility of the felt tip. I say that just as I apply too much in that spot there. Dang it. I don't have the patience for this felt liner today, apparently. I'm just going. Okay, I'm just going to go a little bit in on the inside and hopefully not make it too thick. The line got a little jaggedy. What is going on? It's not... It feels like it's too dry for some reason. And there's plenty of product. I'll tell you what, it is not like my Ciate Fierce Flicks, that's for sure. Oh, and it bled down. Okay, so not my best felt day here. Where's the cap? Here. I think I had a lot of eyeshadow on the lid right where I was going to put the liner. And I think that the eyeshadow was just kind of absorbing and making the liner skip a little bit. But to me, a liner shouldn't do that. And it's interesting that it happened this morning because it doesn't happen. So I'm a little confused. Just gonna try to get the inner corner again. It's like it's tacky. I wonder if it's reacting to, well, the eyeshadow primer wouldn't have gone that far, would it? Okay. Okay, that's better. But I'm done. No more. No more. Done. Moving on. We are now kind of getting into mascara and finishing touches, so I thought I would do the Rita Hazen. This is what it looks like. Now it's not that pointy when you get it. It's more rounded, but I've obviously been using it. And I am, by the way, this is also a product that when it is almost finished, I won't go dig into it, but basically when you roll it all up, just like the usual kind of cream products that are in a stick form, you know, you have the plastic cap at the bottom, so my old one is almost done. And one of the characteristics of this stick that I haven't tried out yet, except for one use so far, but not tried out on a regular basis, is what I'm trying to say, is to use this for brows. And I have a video where I am sporting those brows with the Rita Hazen, so I will link it here if you want to see what this looks like on the brow. Now, it is a bit dark for me compared to what I usually use for brow products, but it works fine. So well, so far. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it. So I'm going to be ducking a little bit so I can get up close, but you'll see that I have, isn't that nice for me to show you my roots? I just pull my hair back and then apply it sideways, trying to catch all of the hair. Now you don't want to touch your scalp though. You want to make sure that you're only catching your hair. And I don't have a ton. I have more hair, white hair up front. My roots, if I part my hair, are not a big deal, at least yet. I joke around that my white hair would make me look like Cruella if I didn't dye my hair. I started getting white hair when I was 27, so started getting them quite young. I don't worry as much about my temples, but I do like to get this front stuff done. And the temples for me, because I'm a little bit more sparse on the temples, like right here's where I'm talking about, I find that I have to be more careful. And so I tend to fill them in more so when I'm more in need of hair coloring. But I will show you what I do anyway. So I pull on the side here out because there's more scalp area. I just gently pull my hair and fill them in this way. Okay, and then on the other side, now, on a fun note, because this is making me think of what it is that I wanted to get during the Sephora sale and all that good stuff. And I can honestly say that I ended up getting everything that I had on my wish list video. If you want to see that video, I'll just put it up here. I was a little concerned over, because I did not want to buy anything that was not with the 20% off. I mean, that's kind of a rule for me. And there was this Ciate nail kit. I'll just put the picture up again for it. And it was out of stock, and I couldn't get it. And the last weekend of the sale went by, and again, it was out of stock. And then this last weekend, the weekend I made a video on about Sephora. If I have any cards left, I will add that video in as well. It will definitely, all the videos I talk about will be in the description box. So regardless of whether you click on cards, they'll be down there. And I was really annoyed with the fact that they thought that they could exclude Rouge from a sale weekend. Or you can watch that video. But it was back in stock, and I was able to get it at the 20% off. And I have been holding off on replenishing my nail polish for that specific set. So I was really, really happy to get the set, but even though it was, I think, 20 nail polishes, I was not going to pay full price for that set. So anyway, that was the last item that I wanted, and I got it. So I was really, really, really pleased about that. Anyway, I'm not even done yet. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we're gonna do mascara. And this part I'm gonna speed up. So I just did my lashes, and I really think, and I got a mascara smudge, but I need to let it dry before I try to get it. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna affect my liner. So it's just, I don't know if you see the smudge right there, but it is very easy. You take a Q-tip and you just lightly brush on it, and it just kind of crumbles away. So mascara is not really hard to get off. But in looking at my eye look, I just feel like there's something that's needed on the bottom. And so I think I'm going to reach back into my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide-Ons and see what kind of a liner I can use to put on my lower lash line. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Yeah, okay. So this is the Last Call from Urban Decay, and it looks like this. And I think that that might be a nice addition to the eye look, so let's do that. I just didn't feel like putting any mascara on my lower lashes. I often don't. When I do, right now my preference is to put the Physicians Formula Brown mascara. It's the green, Glam Green Eyes Mascara Duo, if you're curious. I like the effect. It just did a little something. I like this eye much better than the other one, so I'm glad I made that call. It's always so scary when you finish an eye look that looks okay, and then you think, oh, I'll just do this, and then you kind of go, why did I do that? At least it happens to me. Okay, so there. I think we're good. For lips, I am going to use Buxom's Dolly. I think it goes really well with the Naked 3 look. So I'm going to apply that right now. No line or anything. This is a really easy one to apply. Let's give it just a little bit more. And I love the minty feel of the Buxom lip products. And they're so comfortable. There we go, finished look. I'm going to use a little bit of setting spray and then we are done. Okay, let's do this. I am using the All Nighter by Urban Decay. I was a little generous with the setting spray, but it smells really nice, and I can tell I don't have very much left in this little sample bottle, which I will be very sad because I don't intend to buy a full one. Although I do have a full Cover FX on its way though, so that'll be nice. But I like this look. I don't know what you think. Let me know in the comments down below. And if you have any suggestions for some changes to my routine, I'm always open for suggestions. And if it's not just changes, but different way that you like to put your makeup on, that'd be awesome as well. Thank you for watching this Get Ready With Me. Again, I'm just not that chatty. I'm more talking about the products and stuff, but hopefully that was good enough for you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care. But I need to let it. I just realized I forgot to use the semi-precious palette. I had full intentions of using the semi-precious palette. And it would have looked good, wouldn't it? Now, I'm not going to mess up my makeup because it's just too far gone. But had I been able to, this is the one I was going to use. So maybe I'll use it tomorrow. Dang it!